Welcome to a somewhat different series of Unconventional. This time around, we are at GRIMMFEST for an online interview special. GRIMMFEST is an annual horror film festival based in Manchester, showing some of the scariest horror movies and creepiest short films of that year. So, thanks for tuning in. Over to you, Kieran.
Thanks for that, Fran. This time round, we're speaking with the director and some of the cast of the film URUBÚ, a film about a man who takes his family on a journey to the Amazon rainforest to get photographs of an incredibly rare bird. However, things do not go quite so well on this family vacation. Let's jump into it. So I should introduce myself. I'm Kieran.
Hi.
Hello. It's just a shame you can't actually be there in Manchester to showcase it. You'll just have to make another film for next year.
Yeah, we are doing another film for next year, so we'll be there.
Fantastic. Is it going to be a follow-up, or is it going to be something completely different?
It's going to be something completely different.
So my first question is for you, Alejandro. What was the inspiration behind this film?
Well, this I did this movie for my father, and he made like 4 years ago a movie that was called Who Can Kill a Child? I think that was the translation in English. So the movie is based in that movie. It's like it's the second part 4 years later.
Okay, fantastic. And for the cast of the film, what was it about when you first saw the script that made you decide you wanted to be involved?
It's such an amazing story. It's the type of movie that you don't find normally, because I told Alejandro once that by agents, the first time she get the script, the first time it seems like one movie, and then it changes completely. So it's like it's not every day that you have the chance to do a movie like that. So since the first second, I was very excited to be in this production.
Well, when Alejandro told me you are going to play the character of Thomas, well, I thought I think he's crazy. It is my first role in the cinema. I am a man of theatre. I have a lived experience as if the war was going to end, you know?
And for me also, it was like a big opportunity to share in my country. So I'm really glad, because it's like it's my first movie in Spain. But we have been like almost 2 months in Brazil. So for me, it was like a very amazing opportunity.
Now, I have to say, one of my favorite things about this film was the cinematography. Some of the shots are like absolutely breathtaking, the kind of things you'd expect from a nature documentary. Would you mind talking us through like some of the shots that for you were the real big ones, the ones where you knew, yes, this has to be in the film. This is such an amazing shot.
Yeah, well, shooting in the jungle is very difficult. So you can have many images in your mind, and maybe it won't be as you can do it, because the weather, everything is changed the script every day. So it was difficult. As you know, I've been doing documentaries in Amazon like 4 or 5 years ago. So we know what was the jungle to shoot there. So it was very hard to doing the movie in the middle of the jungle. And the 90% of the movie is shooting outside. So it's more difficult, shadows, raining. So when you see an image, it's like, I don't know, everything is under the clock. So we couldn't imagine what we made until we did it. I don't know if I explain myself.
No, no, you explained yourself perfectly fine. It actually leads on to my next question, which was about the fact that so much of it is shot on location. And I'm just wondering, both from a filmmaking and from an acting point of view, what were the real challenges there for you? You mentioned some in brief, but I'd love to hear about some of the challenges that you went through.
It was such a new experience, I think, for everyone, because we were like few people. We were just, I think, almost 8 people there from Spain, not a big role. And we had like some hours schedule, but we didn't we were not able to follow everything, because it starts a big raining in a moment we need to stop. So I think from my point of view, it teaches me to try to be always ready, when they need me and Carlos. So we needed to be like to have a good relationship and to be totally open to everything that were coming. And so I think it was a big challenge, but also an amazing experience for an actor to experience, because then when you have another type of work, when you go for a studio, it's like it's easier. It's completely easier.
Well, experience in the Amazon is very difficult. Alejandro say is the Amazon is changed. Continuing
Every time,
and it's very difficult. Make a job in the middle of the jungle, no? And therefore for the actors is very difficult too, because el calor,
the weather, the heat, the bags.
Is my little translate. It's Google Translate. Es muy complicado, pero yo creo que ha sido la experiencia más increíble que un actor puede vivir, puede experimentar.
When he said that he as a character, he lives a movie, but outside the movie, he also lives another movie, because we were living outside. We were living middle jungle, so that helped him to be the character, help him to be more character, because his experience in the jungle was exactly the same as at the movie.
What about from a filmmaking point of view? Because obviously you were involved in the film, both in front and behind the camera. So there definitely must have been some real challenges for you. Could you talk us through those?
Yeah, well, it was so hard because I was in front of the camera and behind the camera. So I will do it again in the next movie, because I had a lot of fun and I learned how to direct myself. So it was very fun to do it. And to do the filmmaking in the Amazonas is what I told you before. We were in the season when the weather is down. So the Amazon's river is 60 meters under in the season when it's not raining. And when it starts raining, it start 1 meter per week, start growing up the river. So when you do a location, you have to do it next day, because in 1 week you lose that location. So that's the crazy thing. So it's an experience that I don't recommend to any director to do in Amazons, because you made yourself crazy. You don't know if you're gonna finish. You don't know if the whole crew is gonna finish alive. So it's not a good thing to do in the jungle.
But it's not true. It's the best experience. It's incredible.
Yeah, and because it also put you already in the situation. It's like for me and Carlos, we were living what was happening in the movie. So because of Alejandro, I mean, he always wanted us to live this experience. We had slept in a boat. We had to do all the cross from the river. We were sleeping in, I don't know how to say hamacas, no, in English, but they're
hammocks.
Hammocks, yeah. And so we were experiencing everything that the characters were actually doing. So I think it's unique to live that.
All right, fantastic. So we've talked about challenges. What about your favorite scenes in the film? What were your favorite bits to shoot? Alejandro, either from an acting or from a directing point of view.
Well, my favorite scenes is the last part of the movie when Carlos is start searching where is the son. You know, all those persecution with the kids, and the final part for me the most strongest visually that we have in the movie. And I think that Carlos likes the same part of the movie because it's the strongest one. You know, the kids running around the jungle and with all those masks, with the blood, with everything. For me, that was the strongest part that we have in the movie.
I agree because it's like it's a big change in the movie, and so it's all the expectation that around the children, and so I think we achieved it very well to pass that, and when you start seeing the children playing like children but doing all this horror, I think it shocks a lot the public, and it's for me it's the most special part. Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if it's difficult filming in the jungle. Imagine filming in the jungle with 80 kids. So, you know, as Hitchcock always say, don't film with kids and with animals, and
Yeah.
I say, don't film with kids, animals in the jungle.
And the rain.
The end of the film shows some quite alarming statistics relating to children. I just wondered if you wanted to elaborate on those or why you included them in the film.
Well, in the movie I told you about that my father did like 4 years ago is basically the same thing. You know, in the during each 5 seconds, one kid is dying, and they are war kids. They are, I don't know how to say in English. You know, ¿cómo se dice explosion, explotación? ¿Cómo se dice, Clarice? Explotación.
Exploited.
Yeah, working kids. The adults.
Obliging they to do something they are not supposed to do. No.
Yeah, when you travel into Brazil or any country, you see kids working on the street. For now, today, it's normal for us, but it's not normal. You cannot let a child with 13, 12, 9 years old working. They have to be playing. So even that, the kids are dying for hungry, everything. So this movie is saying that we are not doing the things well all around the world. We have to take care of our kids. So, and these kids are bad because of that.
What would you like people to take away from this film?
Is to take care of the kids. You know, it's like now we are in a COVID. Many people are dying of that, but it's what I said. Each 5 seconds, where one kid are dying around the world. So we have to take care of our kids because it's our future. So the message that I want to give to the people is that you have to look around your life, and there is a lot of kids living a bad lives, and we are doing that. We are the adults that we are doing this to the kids. So we have to look around more than ourselves.
My final question for you: was there anything that you originally wanted to have in the film that didn't make it to the final cut?
Yeah, we, as you know, I make a character called Captain Nauta. So I have a sequence with Clarice that I talk about my father. You know, my father died last year. So that sequence I talk about what I learned from my father, because he usually smoke a cigar as I did in the movie. So that part was like a personal sequence for me and my father, because I did the movie to watch with my father next to me, but I didn't finish before I finished before he died. So that sequence is the one I had to take out because it was not good for the movie, because it was long and it doesn't say nothing for the movie. It's only say for me and for my family. So that's a sequence I had to cut it off.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you. If there's anything you'd like to say to our audience about the film, then please by all means do.
Well, first of all, sorry for our English. I have to practice more time to speak in English, and for
It's
the
a
movie.
lot better than my Spanish.
Well, go to watch movie. Now it's time to go to the theater and start watching movies when the government let us go to the cinemas again. You know, watching movie is entertainment, and we need now entertainment to cry, to laugh, to fall in love, to have fear. You know, movies is a feeling. Watching movies is a feeling, and go to the movies and watch this movie because you will leave this movie with a strong feeling about the kids and about what's going on around the world. So I just hope that people entertain watching this movie.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you all of you for speaking with me today. I really hope you enjoy the rest of GRIMMFEST and that the film does well. So
Thank you very much.
thanks and
Thank you.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.